What's up, guys? This is Josh from We Are Machine, and I wanted to do something a little bit different in this week's video. The iconic Frankfurt, Germany-based techno institution that is Cocoon Recordings is celebrating 20 years with the release of a 15-track compilation from its label artists out this Friday. I'll be picking my 5 favorites, and in the process, I'll attempt to shed some light on what defines the Cocoon sound. So we've got a stacked lineup of artists, including Josh Wink, Extrawelt, Pig and Dan, and Peter Dundov. But who's going to make the cut? One way to find out. Let's go. So 2 key ingredients which help define the Cocoon sound are equal parts tension and tenacity. And the track that captures this essence the best, at least on this compilation, is called The Regulator by André Galluzzi and Daniel Stefanik. It's really stripped back techno, very lean and mean, with this exhilarating display of tension and release as this playful melody keeps getting twisted and growing stronger for a period of about 4 minutes until the track reaches this ultimate triumphant breakthrough moment. Daniel Stefanik can cover a lot of ground stylistically, as his 2012 artist album for Cocoon, Confidence, can attest. The same goes for André Galluzzi, whose label contributions include collaborations with Dana Ruh and Guido Schneider. But I haven't heard either Galluzzi nor Stefanik hitting this hard before. The Regulator is an absolute killer. I expected Digitavi from Jacek Stankiewicz to kind of check that abstract electronica box, but I was pleasantly surprised as the track really brings some heads down, minimal techno to the table. On the track, the Polish producer takes these almost orchestral sounding synths and strobes them in such a way that is really dark and evocative, but while at the same time feeling untethered to the bumpy beats and the echoed claps. It has a raw live feel to it, and though it's fairly monochromatic melodically speaking, there are a lot of subtle little sections in terms of the arrangement of the track. At the core of Digitavi is this little melodic section in the break, which just brings a whole new dimension to the track. It gives it almost this cinematic feel, almost like you're watching some chase sequence. So this is one of those grower tracks, and by that I mean it will take a few listens to kind of kick the tires on this one, but once you are dialed in to those subtle little elements to this track, it makes for a really rewarding listen. Over the years, I've really enjoyed how Joseph Ashworth's overall approach is a bit bipolar. On the one hand, he can be super clean cut, like on his melodic releases for Anjuna Deep, while on the other hand, he can get a bit lo-fi and gritty while still keeping that melodic sensibility intact, like on the stomping beast that is Trooper. In a weird way, Eavesdrop manages to pull from both aspects of Ashworth's sound while still creating enough drama to allow the track to fit under the Cocoon umbrella. It's very acid house in its arrangement, yet it has these very distorted electro synths kind of bouncing along. And if this track is played at the right time of night, or more likely early morning, I can see Eavesdrop getting a massive reaction. Following this kind of playful, teasing 2-minute intro, Eterna from Ricardo Tobar is this unapologetic, claustrophobic collision of techno and trance with this kind of ragged feel, not unlike James Holden's remix of Andre Crommel's Safari for Crosstown Rebels. Following these big trancy breaks, Eterna kind of drunkenly stumbles back into the beats. Ricardo Tobar has contributed primarily noisy electronica and indie dance to Cocoon over the years, but Eterna is a future techno classic for the label. Following some high-profile remixes for the likes of Bob Moses and Perry Farrell, We Will Never Have Today Again from Dynamics fearless leader Solomun is very much a back-to-basics production, which opens with this Danny Tenaglia-sized groove with this fat low end. I think this is the most no-nonsense and straight-ahead track I've heard from Solomun since Amanecer, which featured on the Watergate 15 compilation in 2017. With these euphoric strings and just these smeared effects in the break, it feels like an ideal setting for We Will Never Have Today Again would be the sun rising, just kind of punctuating the end of some unforgettable night out. So these are my 5, but now I need to know yours. Check out 20 Years Cocoon recordings at the link in the description and let me know your favorite tracks in the comments. I'm Josh with We Are Machine. I'll be back next week with more Spotlight tracks. Thanks.